Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel where we play the roguelikes and the roguelites. Folks, I am back here again with more Death Must Die, and your eyes are not deceiving you. I am not playing as Maris this time. I wanted to come in and have a really great run, and oh my goodness. A legend right off the bat. We've got a Frost Dragon. I wanted to come in and have a run with Scotty and put together a build that I am calling Captain Planet. Because we are going to wield all of the elements and put together something that is legendary. So, this is going to be a fun run. Now, we're doing a watch party again because the way I play Death Must Die is I just turn the recorder on and then I play numerous runs, one after the other, because I never really know if the run is going to work out. I have to say here, I really love Alteration Ritual, and I want to thank one of our community members, TQ Digital Mod, for showing up in the comments the other day and putting up a really nice long post to help everybody in the community playing this game with some of TQ Digital Mod's favorite builds. So I love that spell, and if you haven't used that one yet, basically, you're going to end up with a different boon every time at random. And over time, as you upgrade the spell, you're going to add more and more length to how long that random ability lasts. And sometimes you end up with some pretty good stuff. And spoilers, we're going to here. This build is going to get wild. So let's talk about the Captain Planet build, in case you'd like to try and do this yourself. So I went ahead and selected the Sign of the Cosmos for Scotty. Now I know this is crazy. Another legendary popped, but I'm going with Force instead. Reason being that I have a piece of gear right now that helps me to revive one time if I die. Also, I wasn't planning on dying. I was a little confident with this build. I knew it was going to go well. You might also be wondering, why is Hellfire raining down from the sky every time we level up? Well, I have another piece of gear, and that's what it does. It procs every time you level up. So once I finish grabbing something here, and I was using the rerolls because we had a generous amount of them, knowing that a master would pop up eventually, because I've got another piece of gear on Scotty that helps drop additional masters, and then I have another one that makes the legendaries proc that much more often. So, some really good gear there. But I went with this Sign of the Cosmos. It is a 6% additional status effect chance from the pool of 8 statuses. And then I've got a pair of gloves that provide additional status effect proc chances. So basically, we are building up capabilities to just get out there and give the enemies all kinds of status effects. And then on top of that, I'm looking for a lot of capabilities that say, when you do such and such, like when you've chilled an enemy, you're going to get this. When you grab a gem, you're going to get this. Because a lot of those multipliers go off the statuses that you have out there. So if you think of the one, and the name is escaping me at the moment, but there's one that will multiply your damage over time as long as enemies die to curse. I know, another spoiler. But this is going to be a fun run overall. And you know what else is fun? This video that you are watching right now is rated G. Now, some of you that have hung out on the channel for a while, you know what that means. But some of you are new here. In fact, a lot of you are new here because the channel has been growing like crazy. So welcome to all the new folks. We are happy to have you part of the rogue-loving community here.
A world without death.
This video is rated G for giveaway. Isn't that fantastic? We are going to give away a copy of Death Must Die. And all you need to do to be eligible for the giveaway is to be subscribed and leave a comment. And if you're feeling super, super generous and you'd like this video to be seen by so many others, do us a favor, hit that like button as well. It helps so much. So, we're going to select one commenter on the 23rd of November, and we're going to hook you up with a copy of Death Must Die. Now, I know lots of you have already bought the game, and that's great. Maybe you have a friend that would like a copy of the game that we can hook up with. I'm totally open to that. So if you get selected and you've already got the game and you've got a friend that wants it, or maybe your brother or your sister, we'll hook them up. Let's do it. Let's do it. And if you want to just comment and you don't want a copy of the game and you don't have any friends that want a copy of the game, that's fine too. I love hearing from all of you. I know lately we've been getting a ton more comments, and I haven't been able to get back to all of you as quickly as I'd like to, but I want you all to know I read every single comment, even if it takes me a while to get back to you. Sometimes I read them and I chuckle at them. I'm gonna call out Lewis Pollock. Lewis is usually making me laugh. Watch for his posts. He's got some... Lewis has some good quips. I appreciate that. So, well, we are just munching right through these green slimes. You love to see it.
The age of death passes.
Yeah. Some really good options here. Sometimes it takes me a moment to pick what I want, but I think that was a good choice. Of course, I'm going to say it's a good choice. But that Frost Dragon, that was really a surprise and nice to see. I'm sure some of you have had runs where a legendary pops right in the beginning there, you know, well before the 30-second mark. So as I was creating the thumbnail for this video, I knew I wanted to use Captain Planet, and then my mind got centered on Captain Planet and just some of the cartoons that I used to watch. Now this was interesting. This was the first time I had seen the Impus out there, and after playing for, you know, several hours now, I'm wondering if that was part of one of the more recent updates that the devs put out there for the game, because those have been rolling out at a nice clip. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they offer. You know, I knew that I wanted to go with the chance of some additional masters to open up, because they're just a lot of fun. So I started to think about Captain Planet. It was a favorite of mine. Cheers to you, by the way. I'm actually out here with a decaf. This is General Dickinson's roast decaf from Pete's Coffee. And this is an old bag of coffee. You know, I'll usually just keep some decaf around for when we're entertaining and, you know, you get one of those really nice chocolate desserts going that just absolutely deserves to have a cup of coffee next to it. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. You probably know if you're a coffee fan. Coffee and chocolate. God, what a team, right? So I started thinking about the time my dad came home. And my dad came home late from work growing up. But I always looked forward to him getting home and, you know, spending time with him. And every once in a while, he'd bring me something back. And he knew I was into Captain Planet. And so he brought me back, and what a choice. I don't know how he pulled this, but he brought me back an action figure. Oh, these Barons. They're going straight to Melty Town. There's something about the life bar dissipating that quickly that I just love so much. Just tremendous. So he brought me back a Wheeler action figure, and, you know, if you're not a fan of the show, or if it's been a minute, you know, for all of us, unless you've been binge watching it on YouTube, I'm finding that there's YouTube channels out there that just have dozens and dozens of old shows. Somebody was very kind to point out to me in the comments the other day that I could find Tales from the Crypt out on YouTube, and you, the kind soul that posted that, are absolutely correct. All the episodes are out there, and people have even upscaled them as much as you possibly can to HD, quote unquote HD. It's a little rough if you get the screen big enough, but if you keep it, you know, at the right resolution, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I still think they should put that out on Blu-ray or one of the streaming services. I don't know. I don't know why they won't. I would gladly watch that. I think a lot of us would gladly watch Tales from the Crypt over again. It's just a great series. So here I am carrying on again, right? Could you get back to the story, Go, for God's sakes? We got so much to talk about. So Wheeler was the dude with the fire ring. And this particular action figure, if you remember to action figures back in the day, a lot of them had, you know, some kind of projectile. If they were holding a gun, you could press a button and a little piece of plastic would shoot out. And you know what? That stuff just made our days back then. You know what I mean? Oh my God, this Terminator has a little water pack behind his back, and you can fill it up with water and get that shit all over your mom's nice wood table, and she's gonna get pissed off. And right, were you like me? Probably some of you were like me. You ruined a table or two in your life. It's all right. You know what? It's a long life. It's a long life. Yeah, a table here and there. What can you do, right? So this particular Wheeler had a really neat capability. There was a little button, or I guess, how do I want to say it? It wasn't a button. It was more of a thing that you could grab and push down. And so when you did that, it generated sparks from Wheeler's chest. You know, just like in real life, basically, you know. So I did the thing that we all did, you know. You line up your good guys and your bad guys, and you'd have them all set up on the table, and the two armies are getting ready to go at it, right? And well, over time, the guys on the bad side started developing burn marks in their face areas, you know, because that's what I did. You know, I used Wheeler's powers on them. This thing just starts to get super nasty at the master level. It just multiplies in size, and you know, I wanted to level up Scotty very quickly to continue opening up those multiplicative capabilities that took advantage of all of the elemental statuses that we were putting out there. So Wheeler ended up putting burn marks in a lot of my action figures, and I don't know if that was the intended use, but that's what I used it for, and it was fantastic. I was really between whether to go with Alteration Ritual or not because I love it, but now we're getting that capability where we've got more speed coming because of the gems. And gosh, I mean, there were times where it felt like I was a living weed whacker, and the undead were the weeds. They were perfect weeds. And of course, as you're killing them, you're opening up even more of an army with your necromancy. There was never a time where the hellfire didn't feel great when it was raining down from the sky. Now, it's a little bit of a fire and ice build with the ice dragon that we have, but I'm still calling it the Captain Planet build. I haven't trademarked that. You're welcome to use it if you'd like to show it off as well to family and friends. But, you know, mention that the goat came up with this. That's all. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Cheers to you. Let's take a sip here. Yeah, I mean, that bag has held up. Here we go. There's another master capability. They were popping off, but, you know, look at this. I mean, we're just eviscerating. I threw caution to the wind. Now, you're swinging that fast at that point, and every kill had the capability of creating another skeleton. Yeah, it just got really, really great. So Captain Planet, right? Great stuff. You're looking for something to comment about so that you can get in on the giveaway. I'd love to hear what your favorite cartoons were that you watched in the morning, maybe prior to school, maybe on Saturday mornings. I was a big Bucky O'Hare guy, too. Bucky O'Hare and DuckTales. I liked Gizmo Duck. Thought he was cool. I liked Scrooge diving into the bin. That never got old. So let us know. Let us know what your favorite cartoons are. It's always fun to hear about something new or something I missed out on. Alteration Ritual just getting even more nasty. I think we've got the shurikens because of the Alteration Ritual. You can just end up with some good stuff. I've even had legendary capabilities drop with the Alteration Ritual, where all of a sudden a dragon comes on scene and you're going, oh my goodness, we've been blessed. Yeah, might as well go with an even more powerful army of skeletons. Speaking of my dad and him getting me that Wheeler action figure, he is retired and he is a gamer now. I think the last game he played before becoming a gamer again, you know, these were some interesting choices here, and I really didn't want to mess with the help me hurt me, so I just took the easy choice. The last game he played was Contra on the Nintendo, the OG Nintendo. And I saw him last night. We had the meal at the Brazilian steakhouse that I talked about the other day. I got home from that, just passed out. I think I ate like 6 pounds of meat. I'm not kidding. That's what it felt like. Just immediately passed out. In fact, I was supposed to play Raven's Watch and check out the new Wukong character with one of our other community members, Maddie KO. And I said, Maddie, I'm out, man. I'm out. I need to go lie down for a while. And ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly what I did. But I saw my dad, and he's super into flying helicopters, the RC kind, not legit helicopters. And he's starting to get into airplanes now as well, the RC airplanes. And he spends a lot of time at the flying field, which is really neat. But he told me, he admitted that it's really starting to cut in to his gaming time. And he said, you know, I finally got back to a little bit of Starfield. And he says, do you know, and he said it with such conviction. We were in line at the salad bar. And so everybody is hearing this. You know, there's a whole line of people. And he says, do you know that there is a jetpack in that game? And you can basically fly. I'm just so excited about it. You know? It's tremendous. Prior to that, I think he finished Resident Evil 8 like 7 times. He loved it. It's one of his favorites. He's still playing Resident Evil 4 Remake. I don't know how many times he's finished the game. It's a lot.
You have
It's a lot. Look at Force just getting so much stronger. I mean, at this point, we're sucking gems in from off the screen. It's wonderful. And of course, they're passing through the enemies. Health was getting a little low in this section. And I thought, okay, gonna have to play a little bit more conservatively for just a second here. I'm sure you've had those moments. I think that some of the update that hit recently really expanded on what some of these altars can do for you in the game. Which for anybody that was having trouble with the game, it's fantastic. It's made it a little bit easier. Look at that gold shield guy. I mean, he crumbled. You almost start to feel a little bit bad, you know, for the AI. You're out there, you're dropping hellfire. These shield guys were just taking out one at a time, and they're out there saying, my God, coach, don't put me in. I don't want to go up against this guy. Some people just want to watch the world burn. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. It's okay. It's all right, though. It's all right. They'll be back again. Yeah, we were just on a terror at this point, and I was thinking to myself, there is going to be a giant army of skeletons coming at us very soon, and I cannot wait. You know, you're at level 32. which is fantastic in my opinion at this point in the run. And you're clamoring for more experience. Especially since every time it shows up, it's doing damage as it, rips through the flesh or bones of passerbys. I had to check out what the deal was, and that was worth changing out. I don't always do that when I'm in combat, but it seemed worth doing at the time. There's still a lot of opportunity for me to find some great gear. Now, this is another interesting guy that popped up. I don't know that I've seen the leprechaun before.
Make death.
And now I'm thinking about the fact that I believe they are rebooting that film, aren't they? Okay, here we go. This is about to be lots of fun. Because now all the experience is coming in, and it's speeding us up as we go. And so if you thought we were a weed whacker before, now this is the epic version. We're powered by Jet A at this point. It's just wonderful. And look at that army. And now we're just waiting around. We're just waiting around like we got nowhere to go. We'll just hang out for a little bit. We'll wait for Drac, right? There he is. Look at that life bar. Look at that. Whoa. Incredible. Look at everybody celebrating. It's a dance floor. It's literally a dance party. All we needed was glow sticks. Too bad they didn't come. Maybe, it's early access. There's still an opportunity for glow sticks. Am I right? Hey folks, this was a fun run. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed seeing it. And look at that, we've got 2 new perks to check out for next time. You have a great one out there. We'll see you again soon.